I'm John Harbin, and these are your week's top stories, and this is your news of the week. Convicted murderer Gary Michael Hilton will soon be moved from a Florida prison to Asheville for his first appearance in federal court on murder charges from the 2007 deaths of an elderly couple from Horseshoe. Hilton, 65, is scheduled to be in court at 9:30 a.m. July 25th. He's been indicted on the 2 counts of first-degree murder, kidnapping, robbery, and violent crimes in connection with the kidnapping, robbery, and murder of John and Irene Bryant on National Forest land, according to court records. Hilton is currently being housed in a Florida state prison in Rayford and was ordered to be brought to Asheville for the July 25th court date. A Mills River man survived a lightning strike as he watched television on Wednesday, July 14th, but the bolt sparked a fire that caused significant smoke damage to the dream home he and his wife built 5 years ago. About an hour after the lightning strike, Alan Blakemore said he felt kind of spooked. Mills River Fire Chief Rick Livingston said the fire was difficult to reach because it burned in a void between the first and second floors. Livingston said there would be significant smoke damage and at least some structural damage to the home. A mentally disabled 16-year-old told Spartanburg County, South Carolina deputies that his mother and stepfather beat him with a belt and tied him up before he escaped to a store to call 911 on Sunday, July 10th. Tommy Eugene Burris, 42, of 3646 Chimney Rock Road, Hendersonville, and Jenny Marie Burris, 33, of Cowpens, have been charged with cruelty to children. With an aging baby boomer population and only one doctor, Lake Lure officials have reached out to Pardee and Park Ridge hospitals for help providing medical care to the town's residents and summer swell of tourists. Lake Lure Town Manager Chris Broad said town officials had good productive meetings with both hospitals and discussed the town's comprehensive plan and strategic vision and how to fill in some holes in medical coverage. He said the town is looking for a facility that can offer general or primary care, urgent or after-hours care, and primary level emergency care. Vince Campbell announced that he will run as a Republican for the 11th Congressional District on July 14th during a press conference at the Cedars. Campbell, a retired U.S. Army intelligence officer and former Henderson County Republican Party chairman, said he was running because he feels government is out of control. If Campbell wins the Republican primary, he could face Democratic incumbent U.S. Representative Heath Shuler. A Mountain Home woman has been found guilty of murder in the second degree and sentenced to a minimum of 13 years in prison. After the verdict was announced Friday, Angela Carpenter, 34, sobbed as she apologized to the family of the victim, James Scarratta. Carpenter fatally stabbed 40-year-old Scarratta in July 2009 at her home. The judge sentenced Carpenter to a minimum of 13 years in prison and a maximum of 16 and a half years in prison. He gave her credit for the 2 years she spent in jail waiting trial. He also ordered her to pay slightly more than $2,400 in restitution and recommended psychiatric or psychological counseling while she's in prison. Defense attorney Jason Hayes said he was surprised by the jury's verdict. A former teacher from Hendersonville sentenced to 37 years in prison for production and possession of child pornography has been ordered to turn over his house and other property to pay restitution to his victims, according to court records. William Tillman, who was sentenced in March, was ordered to pay about $143,000 in restitution to 3 victims. In a consent order and judgment of forfeiture filed in the U.S. District Court on March 14th, Tillman was ordered to turn over his house at 409 Jordan Street in Hendersonville. Henderson County's latest appraisal lists an assessed value of $68,500. A 16-month-old girl died July 13th when she fell from a truck driven by her father on Greenville Street, Saluda City Administrator Ernie Williams said. Brian Cody Huff was called to a family emergency and was driving a 2008 Dodge Ram truck owned by his employer, Don Mintz Builders, when he picked up his daughter, Farrah Rose Huff, Williams said. The truck did not contain a child safety seat. Somehow the truck door opened as the vehicle traveled down Greenville Street, and the unrestrained child fell out and was struck and killed. The incident happened about 1:30 p.m. Investigators are not sure how the door came open. The death has been ruled accidental. The gazebo on Main Street is scheduled to be removed next year during the city's downtown resurfacing project, and officials are researching possible replacement options. The second phase of the project involves 3rd and 4th Avenues, and the green wooden gazebo is in the 300 block in front of Village Green Antiques. City engineer Brett Detweiler looked at several options for replacing the gazebo, from using a metal or concrete structure to different landscaping. Detweiler told the council that a metal gazebo would cost about $30,000. Council members did not vote on the issue, but talked about replacing the gazebo with other amenities such as concrete checkerboards or benches. The council requested Detweiler research options they discussed and present more information at the council's August meeting. For more on these and other headlines, be sure to check us out at BlueRidgeNow.com, follow us on Facebook or Twitter.